Personal cash flow budget. It's a really key tool just to get an understanding is what does it cost you to survive on the home front? And ultimately, how much do you need in your personal bank balance to ensure that you can cover what it is that's coming out of your household front, and also to ensure that your business is delivering enough wage. Okay, so that we ensure that we do not use your business bank as a petty cash tin. Okay, so from a business owner perspective, we need to understand what it is that the business should be providing us on a weekly, monthly basis to ensure that we're covering ourselves on the home front. Pretty simple spreadsheet. All you need to do here as we go through this is just enter information in the blue cells. You'll just be starting to put information in relating to mortgage, purchase price, the overall mortgage it's owing, and your monthly repayments, okay, that you are currently needing to repay the bank. I'll come back to net income in the hand in terms of what you should be drawing as the owner and your partner potentially as the owner. Okay, we'll be coming back to that in a minute. The next thing they'll want to do though is let's just have a look as we scroll down. Let's just have a look at some regular expenses. The first regular expenses you'll be sort of starting to look at is expenses that come out on a monthly basis. Okay, so these can relate to obviously your mortgage, council, water, other things relating to insurances, school fees. So put them on a monthly basis. So whatever the monthly figure is there, you will add that in, okay, into the monthly column, and then that will then calculate an annual amount. The next is from a weekly basis. What are some of the key things on a weekly basis that continually need to come out? Again, food, groceries, clothes, miscellaneous, and same thing, put it on the weekly. That'll then calculate your monthly and your annual. And obviously you've got extra cells in there that you can add in. Now, before we go to the bottom line, we've got some other extraordinary expenses or extraordinary things that we need to invest in over the coming 12 months. So things like, i.e., we want to knock off our personal credit card. Okay, so you'll add that in there. You may have things like, so in here, $4.5 grand owing. We want to knock that off in the next 12 months. In the next 12 months, we want to paint the house. Cool. Okay, 10 grand. In the next 12 months, we're going to go on an annual holiday to Fiji, 5 grand. So just add in here any other extraordinary, so it's not really a weekly or a monthly, but we know there could be a big lump sum that we need to account for during the course of the next 12 months. So once we've got those added in there, we just scroll back up the page a bit and we go to our net cash flow position. Okay, so our net cash flow position, and this tells us that we obviously need, looking at it here, on an annual basis, in that red cell there, we need just under $100,000, okay, $97,000 after tax, just to survive. Okay, so just to survive. So now what we'll do, we'll go back up the screen and then organize, come back in and punch in what is some of our income happening right now. So obviously, let's say Kathy has got a part-time job. Okay, part-time job, she earns $450 a week in the hand. Okay, great. That equates to 23,000. And I know now that if I scroll then down to the bottom of the page, I've got a $73,000 shortfall. Looking down the bottom of the page, there's 73,000. So I know for me as a business owner, I've got to be pulling in, this is after tax, okay, at least 73,000. And that should equate to around 1,500 a week. 1,500 a week. That gives me $78,000 in the hand, which is great, awesome. Go to the bottom line. Okay, awesome. I've now we've got a surplus here of about 4,000. So in other words, we're starting to obviously put some savings away. Now this is just to give you an insight here of, okay, clearly what you need to draw as a business owner in the hand. And ultimately, this is where you have dialogue around with your accountant. How do you structure your drawings to ensure that you are minimizing tax? And some of the consideration too, potentially, is other investments, investment properties, negative gearing, and the like. But this is, again, a document that will allow you to get a good line of sight with yourself and your partner where you stand from a personal cash flow front and what you need to understand from a household budget so that you do not use your business as a petty cash tin. Cheers, everyone.